Hi, my name is Zalia, and I care way too much about a children's card game with pretty PNGs that people are angry about for some reason. I have seen a lot of discussion about shinies being bad for the game, like people not getting the EXs that they want. Do shinies like make you less likely to get the EXs you want, etc., etc. One thing that I want to address foremostly is that they do not replace odds for you to get your EX cards that you might want. Currently, 2 diamond cards, and we'll see it in a moment, are worth 89% of the pack, and 1% is shinies. And then an older pack, you see, will go all the way down, all the way too far, 90%. And then we will go to the modern packs, and we will see that the shinies are roughly 1%, so 0.3, 0.7. I'm not going to do the rounding. That's a little bit more than 1%, but you get the idea. Then we look at the 2 diamonds, 89%. So pretty much just 2 diamonds were sacrificed in the making of shinies. So out the gate, shinies do not make you less likely to get your EX Pokemon that you want. However, shinies can appear in God packs, and I want to briefly mention this is because shinies can't be obtained in Wonder Pick. God packs can show up in Wonder Pick if there are no shinies in them, but God packs are 1 in 2,000, so I'm really confused why we're even talking about God packs in the first place. They're incredibly rare. I open this game on my phone multiple times a day, every single day. I have seen 1 God pack in my Wonder Pick, just one. One singular God pack has ever appeared in my Wonder Pick, so I think that's a discussion that I don't even know why we're having. However, I will say that that does technically make an EX Pokemon less likely to appear in your Wonder Pick, just because God packs can also appear in as 2 stars and 3 stars, and those cards can. Actually, I don't know if 3 stars can off the top of my head. I don't think they can, but 2 stars and 1 star certainly can appear in Wonder Picks. So it does make you a little bit less likely to get an EX Pokemon from Wonder Pick specifically, but not from your packs. I think that the heart of the issue is that the draw rate for these meta centralizing giant behemoth cards of the meta, and this has been true for the entire game's duration, is you are 0.333% likely to get an EX Pokemon. Also, you're 0.353 likely to get a 3 diamond card, and 3 diamond cards are also usually very good, solid picks, especially because rare candy exists now. So I think the real heart of the issue is that these draw rates are just terrible, and I think people need to be talking about, we really need these draw rates to go up. It feels terrible to just be looking and looking and looking for the card that you want, and then you get your 4th wishy-washy. So if you want to know why or what the actual issue that I think it is, that's it. That's the end of the video. But if you want to stick around, we can further discuss shinies, in the fact that the shinies in this pack, for the most part, I'm not going to say all of them, are really bad cards. So Wartortle is all right. Blastoise, not great at all. Gengar, meh. Machamp, it's all right. Not very good at all. Needs 3 energy, very slow in this meta. Venusaur is terrible. Wigglytuff is terrible, and Marowak has always been very funny but very terrible in the meta. But Starmie EX, Exeggutor EX, not all of the shiny cards are terrible, certainly. I was talking with a free-to-play friend of mine, and they said that the shinies in Shining Revelry were fine because Beedrill EX, very solid card, and is still a very solid card. Charizard EX, still very, very good. Mugtrio is alright if you want to meme. Lucario EX is okay, I suppose. So it's not the worst. Shining Revelry also had a regular Charmander and a regular Charmeleon, so you weren't gated from getting your Charizard. You didn't need to draw a shiny Charmander or a shiny Charmeleon, which I don't have. to be able to play Charizard. For example, though, if you wanted to play Gengar, yeah, well, sure, we'll go with Gengar. There are only Shiny Haunter and only Shiny Ghastly in this pack. There are no regular copies of those cards. So you either have to go trade or worse. And if you're a new player, and I really want to bring this up, if a new player pulls from only the current pack, they're kind of up shit creek, being totally blunt, being unable to trade for cards that they want. So like if a free-to-play player dumps all their hourglasses into this and gets shiny Venusaurs, they're like, oh boy, I'm gonna play a Venusaur deck. Let's ignore that it's not a good card. But you have to go back and draw from Genetic Apex and use your pack points to maybe get a Bulbasaur. Or you can trade for a Bulbasaur by opening previous packs, but then you're like opening previous packs for cards you don't necessarily want nor need, and you'll probably only have one copy, so you maybe don't want to trade them anyway. You want to hang on to that one copy for yourself for your collection. So you kind of just have to wait for the next card pack to come out to be able to trade anything, to be able to build that Bulbasaur deck, and I think that is not good. There should have been a regular Bulbasaur in here just to make things a little bit easier. I think the event just ended, but you could get Execute. You can't get a Staryu in here. There should be a Staryu in here. There is an Execute, thankfully, because there's an Alolan Executor. But I could see a world where that didn't happen, and it was just terribly, horrifically unfortunate. One thing that I don't like is that 2/3 of the UI on the front page, these are not tradable cards right now, so you have to wait. So shiny cards, I think, can largely be okay if they either A, include cards in the regular side of the pack that can evolve into said cards, or why is trading time gated? Honestly, why is trading time gated? That trading is a whole nother issue in itself. We won't get into it. Trainers and shinies. Trainer cards are technically 2 diamonds. I feel like you're more likely to get a trainer card than a 2 diamond, and I haven't personally felt impacted by rates at all. This is something that we can discover together. Let's go look at the trainer cards. Are they included in the 2 diamond section? They sure are. 2.617%. Let's go ahead and look at an older one. We're looking to see if it is 2.617. And I do think that's probably a problem if they aren't the same as well. Because if they aren't the same, trainer cards are pretty important. Yeah, you're just like 0.03. Okay. You're not very less likely to get a trainer card, but like you are just a little bit less likely to get a trainer card. They pulled a little bit of percentage off of these guys, actually, for the shinies as well, like 0.003. So I don't think that necessarily matters in the grand scheme of things. But what do you think about shinies? I think that they are a good addition to the game for the most part. Celestial Guardians didn't handle them very good, and I really hope that the next pack does handle them good. And we can open a pack since you stayed till the end. Huh? How's that sound? How's that sound? Watch us get a useless shiny. Okay, there's an EX Pokemon in there. Okay, Lunala. Do you like Lunala? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.